Hey, good morning, gang. It's Dr. Brian McCarley with another episode of Doc About Town. We are here today with Nancy Stainbrook, who is the owner and operator of two companies, Mosquito Authority and Pest Authority. Nancy, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. Glad to have you. So, tell us a little bit about how you got started in business ownership and with these two companies.
Well, I was raised an entrepreneur's daughter. My parents own a company called Evans Time. It's a parking installation and maintenance company. Back then, it was a timekeeping company. So my brother and I grew up under two parents that were working full time. I was telling you earlier, customers would call the house on the landline, and so my brother and I would have to learn how to answer the phone in a professional manner, and pass that phone call off to our parents. So just that mindset of working for yourself. You work long hours, you work odd hours, but you have the freedom to kind of take off when you want. It really got me thinking that I could I could learn a business and operate on my own one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But now you were sharing with me in the preamble before that you didn't go straight into entrepreneurship, though. You went to college for something totally different, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I have been all over the place, it seems, in my education and in business. So my brother went to the Marine Corps. He's 3 years older than me. And when he went in, I kind of fell in love with that as well. And he told me, hey, I'm going enlisted, but you can't. You have to be an officer because you have the grades to do that. And so I went into Naval ROTC at Purdue University. And knowing that I would have a job at the end of college, I just studied what I wanted to study, and that was psychology and sociology.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How about that? Now, what led you to psychology? Just an interest in it, or did you think you were going to do something after your stint with the Marines, then with psychology?
I had an interest in it. I've always been interested in the human mind and what motivates us. I would say that partially stems from a swim coach that I had. His name was Steve Maxwell. He was big on visualization and motivation, what motivates people to do things in an athletic setting. And I just thought that was super interesting. So I did consider something in the sports arena or organizational leadership psychology. So like in a corporate setting and training and things like that. I did consider that, but after I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, I wanted to come back home and be a part of the family business. So
sure. So you came back after Marine Corps and you went back into the timekeeping and parking business.
Yes.
And you did that for how long then?
About 7 years.
Okay.
I did everything from administrative manager. So I learned bookkeeping. I learned what not to do.
Sure.
Made some mistakes in that. And then I did project management at the end.
Okay.
Yep.
So when did the transition then happen into, because you were sharing with me, Mosquito Authority came first, right?
Yes.
When did that, what triggered that transition and when did that happen?
So family business is tough.
Yeah.
Working with your family, your mom, your dad, and your brother, sometimes it's best to make those family relationships first, and those business relationships need to go away.
Sure.
So that's what I did. And my husband said, hey, I know you're not going to be happy being a solely stay-at-home mom. Let's look into getting you into something else because you have the mind for it. You have the passion for it. Let's look for something. And he was out in the garden one evening, tilling up some dirt and everything. And I'm usually the one that gets bit by mosquitoes. I'm somewhat allergic to them, and my son actually is too. But Tim can fend them off a little bit more. He was eaten alive. His back was like polka dots at the end. We had just had a big rain. And so he kind of had mosquito bites on the mind. The next day, he was listening to a Sirius XM ad for Mosquito Authority franchises. And he said, this is something I think that you could get into. And I was like, I didn't even know mosquito control was a thing. I thought you just had to live with them and coat yourself in DEET, and that's how you dealt with it. So he said, no, let's look into this. And long story short, we were in talks with them and said, let's do this. I went to Hickory, North Carolina, where Mosquito Pest Authority are headquartered, or they were headquartered there at the time. Went through training at 8 months pregnant. and was taking my first customer calls right after my son was born in February to start our season in March and April of 2017.
2017. Okay, so you've been doing this about 8 years now at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On the Mosquito Authority side.
Yes.
Now, Pest Authority came later.
Yes.
Right?
We bought into the Pest Authority brand last year, beginning of last year. It's general pest control. And you can choose to offer our base service, which is a quarterly preventative service, all the way to termites, wildlife, rodent control, all those things. I do need to get some more licenses for like the termite and the wildlife. But thank goodness my husband is a good old puncher boy, and he knows how to deal with some raccoons and
That's
some
fantastic.
birds. So he will be doing that. I will not.
Sure. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So now you on the non-wildlife side of things, you were talking about the kind of products that you guys use and the approaches that you use, and you guys offer both the kind of the mainstream, but also more organic or all natural options too, right? Tell us a little more about that.
So our all natural options are going to be like essential oils based.
Okay.
So they're going to be like clove oil. There's some soybean oil in there for a carrier. They're just going to be all natural products that you would use around your home or diffuse. I know a lot of people are into oils. So they're just natural things that would repel mosquitoes.
Okay.
Of course, it's not as strong though.
Sure.
And it is a little more expensive.
Sure.
But there are people, rightfully so, that are just very cognizant of putting pesticides on their property. Mm-hmm. And we want to help people achieve kind of a pesticide-free or chemical-free life.
That's cool. That's really cool. So tell us a little bit about where are you going from here then? What's next for Mosquito Authority and Pest Authority and for you guys?
Sure. Well, we just want to grow. We would like to grow our Pest Authority side enough for us to keep employees year round. Because mosquito, you are only employing someone really from about March until October when the mosquito season ends. So we want to grow our Pest Authority side to really grow our company so that we can keep a team member year round. Okay. So if we can grow our quarterly pest service and things like that, that's where we're going with that.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. So obviously we're recording this in the spring, kind of towards the end of April here. Talk to us a little bit about what people need to be doing right now. What do they need to be thinking about now in terms of seasonal to be prepared for the coming months?
Sure. Well, I'm happy to offer free tips because not everybody can afford our service. It's a luxury premium service. I am well aware of that. Not everybody can afford that. So some things that you can do are get rid of the water in your yard. Anything like grill covers, downspouts, plants, like the pots that hold water in the bottom of them, get rid of the water because they will breed in as little as a tablespoon of water.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, you guys do some things that are a little different from Mosquito Authority and Pest Authority side, too, where you like call before you come, right?
Yes, yes.
That's a big difference for you guys and some of your competitors, right?
It is. It's a culture thing. So we believe in high levels of communication with our customers. So before we come out, we give you that text message. We give you that email the day before. Some people even request a phone call because nowadays some people ignore the text messages and the emails. And we are happy to accommodate that. So some customers request a call ahead. They have pets and they need to let those pets out to go potty beforehand so that they can be shut up when we're doing our thing and then letting our treatment dry.
That's really cool. Yeah, that is definitely a higher level of service, and you're paying for that. I mean, that's part of that premium high touch service. I love that. That's really great. What else would you like folks to know about you guys and what you do and how you operate?
Sure. One of our big things too is no contracts. I hate it when I subscribe to a product or service and then I think about, oh, maybe I should cancel that. I'm not using it so much or whatever. I want to be in control of when I'm getting that service for my house or that product. And sometimes like gym memberships or something, it's so hard to cancel. So we don't do contracts. Okay. You can save a little bit of money if you pay for an entire season up front. So it's not a contract, but you're saving money that way. But a lot of our customers is pay as you go, and they don't want to start in April. Maybe they want to start in June when the mosquitoes are biting and the mosquito pressure is heavy. Sure. That's fine. you can do however many or however few treatments that you want.
That's really cool. Now, there are some exceptions to that, though, right? You mentioned that before.
Yes.
Tell us about those.
So we do require a contract for things like a termite treatment.
Okay.
Some of our higher dollar items that we have to commit to. I was just telling you about a honeybee cutout job.
Yeah.
We do require like a deposit and a contract on that because it's such a high dollar item. This poor couple got honeybees, made a hive in their ceiling. And so we are going to have to go inside of their house, wall off that area of the house, kind of make a door lock system, and cut out their drywall and safely remove those honeybees into a swarm trap and then take them out of their house. So, and their insurance isn't even covering it.
Oh, wow. So it's all out of pocket.
It's all out of pocket.
Wow. Now, you were sharing with me, too, you have some special interest in that area, too, with the honeybees, right?
Yes.
Because you're beekeepers.
I am a beekeeper. Yeah. My husband and I are beekeepers.
So you don't hate insects.
I don't. No. They have their place.
Yeah.
They definitely have their place.
Yeah.
Agriculture, flowers could not thrive without insects. We absolutely need insects. We just don't need them on our skin and biting us.
Absolutely. 100% agree. That's great.
That's great. I mean, there are some dangers to insects too. And I don't lead with fear marketing. That's not my culture. That's not my thing. But from an educational point of view, ticks carry Lyme disease.
Sure.
It's very serious. It can affect you the rest of your life.
Right.
If you get bit by a tick that has Lyme. And mosquitoes carry West Nile, dengue fever, things like that. So I actually have some clients that are deathly afraid to go outside unless I treat their home.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's great that you can provide them some peace of mind too. That's fantastic.
That's what drives us. Knowing that customers can enjoy a great space that they've built, that they've invested in, being able to treat that space so that they can enjoy it.
Yeah. Kind of like this space here.
That's what drives me. Yes, yeah, this is an excellent outdoor
amazing space. This is great. So you guys take care of this space too,
yes,
right?
We do.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, anything else you'd like for our viewers to know about what you guys do and how you do it? Anything else we haven't covered?
I think that's about it. I'm just very grateful for giving us an opportunity and giving us a voice on our company and what we do. And we want to be able to bring you a pest-free environment. So if you have any questions about our services, please feel free to reach out. Our website is bugsbite.com. You can just put in your zip code and it'll bring up whatever franchise is closest to you. If you're listening local, that will be me. But if you're not, we're a nationwide franchise.
That's fantastic. Well, great. That was my last question, was how do we get in touch with you if we need to? And you just covered that. So that's great.
I would love a follow on our Instagram page as well. So if you look up pest _ mosquito _ indie _ I think is what it is. I probably have that slightly wrong.
I'll put the link in the comments.
Yep. Our logo will pop up and you'll see it. But really want to increase our engagement so that we can share helpful tips and things like that.
That's fantastic. Well, great. Nancy, thanks for meeting with us today.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed this.
Yes.
I got an education today too, so that's great. That's awesome. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, Genesis Family Chiropractic and the Noblesville Elks Lodge, number 576, for making this show possible and bringing this to you every week. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.